Hello and welcome to another episode of Husker Dive. Today we're just going to be going over our keys to victory against Illinois, our bets of the week, and my prediction for the Nebraska-Illinois game. So first off, after watching a little bit of the Illinois-Minnesota game and just watching them and the Wyoming game and just the Indiana game and all of their games, I caught a little bit of each of them, but watched a couple of them fully. So my keys to victory are, first off, our defense needs to play disciplined. Illinois, we all know, likes to run the ball, right? They have a very physical running back, very physical offensive line. They're great at running the ball and controlling the clock. But they also have a great quarterback this year with a couple really good wide receivers. So the thing that our defense needs to do is stay disciplined. Because if we do not stay disciplined, Illinois is going to burn us on the play action. Also, part of playing disciplined is filling your holes on defense. So you gotta, especially at the new inside linebacker spot with Nick Henrich out, we need Ativa Maga Clements and Ernest Hausman and Chris Kolarovich need to step up and be able to play discipline and fill their gaps, but also need to be ready for that play action. So it's really just about corners not biting, safeties not biting, defensive line staying home, edge rushers especially because that killed us last week. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago against Purdue. Edge rushers got to be able to stay disciplined because Illinois does like to run that counter play, so we can't over pursue. Second, we need to limit our missed tackles. Illinois has two players that I think are going to be dangerous to us. First off, their running back, obviously, Chase Brown. Great at, I mean, even Bill Bush mentioned it. Every podcast I've listened to has mentioned it. He turns 3-yard runs into 6-yard runs. He turns 4-yard runs into 8-yard runs, 10-yard runs into 30-yard runs. He breaks tackles. So we just got to be able to not miss tackles, which has been a problem for us. But hopefully after the bye week, we're healed up. We've had a long time to game plan for this. Bill Bush did not go out recruiting with all the other coaches so he could game plan. Hopefully we don't miss as many tackles. Also, Isaiah Williams, the wide receiver for Illinois, was going to be a quarterback, moved to wide receiver. He is shifty. I'm talking Wandell Robinson type shifty. This dude will make everybody miss. So we really need to shore up our tackling on him. He's great third down wide receiver. They love throwing screens to him, quick passes, and he just makes man miss and goes. So we just got to be able to tackle well. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, we need big plays. We are not going to be able to sustain drives against Illinois, especially with the way our O-line has been playing. If they step up, that'd be great. But if not, it's going to be hard for us to have 10, 15-yard play drive or 10 to 15 play drives. We're going to need the big plays like we did against Purdue. And in order to do that, our offensive line has got to be able to give Casey time. And Anthony Grant is going to have a great game, which is hard against this Illinois team. They have a great pass rush and they have great defense to stop the run. So we're really just going to take the top off, have a couple big plays that hit for home runs because I don't see us having 15 play drives. Also, we need to start off hot is our last key to the game. Illinois likes to control the tempo of the game, and they like, as everybody knows, to run the ball. But they're a little bit more balanced this year, but they still like to control that tempo. If we start off hot, let's say we go up 14-0 in the first quarter, that sets the tone for the rest of the game, and it makes Illinois throw the ball. It limits what they can do offensively, limits what they can do with their best player, Chase Brown, and it makes them play our style game. Rather than if we go down, Illinois can control the clock. They can just run it at us, which would be pretty demoralizing for a defense if you can't stop that run. So we really got to start off hot. And also it allows our edge rushers to tee off more. I mean, if we're forcing Illinois to throw the ball, Garrett Nelson, O'Shawn Mathis, Caleb Tanner can go rush the passer more. Okay, moving on to our bets of the week. So I'm going to give you my best bet of the week, and then I'm going to give you my Hail Mary parlay. I just bet $1 a week on a crazy 10-team parlay. I only bet money line on those. I usually only bet money line anyway, just because I think that betting against the spread can get people in trouble. So my first best bet of the week, though, is Oklahoma -1 at Iowa State. Iowa State's offense sucks. They're barely better than Iowa's offense. And Oklahoma just put up 50-something points on Kansas. I mean, I know Kansas defense is not all that good, but Oklahoma has a pretty good offense when they're clicking, and Iowa State cannot keep up scoring with them. I know they have a good defense, but I think if Oklahoma State gets 21 points, that could be enough to win the game. That's my best bet. Now for my Hail Mary parlay, which we're already 1 out of the 10 way there with Utah. I have UCLA winning home against Stanford, USC winning at Arizona, Wake Forest winning at Louisville, Iowa winning versus Northwestern, Minnesota winning versus Rutgers, Oklahoma at Iowa State, Utah at Washington State, which we already won that one, Ohio State at Penn State, Arkansas, Auburn, and then my last game is Oklahoma State at Kansas State. I bet Oklahoma State like the last 4 weeks, and they've won 3 of the 4 weeks. So hopefully that pays off again. We bet $1 on this. I think it's like $27 we get if this hits. So cheers. And then for my Nebraska game prediction, I got Illinois winning 31-24. But I do think I just have this weird feeling in my stomach that the upset's coming. We'll see. Hopefully Memorial Stadium can get loud. Fans can cheer the team on to a victory. Hopefully we can get some of these keys to victory done and come out with the win. See you guys next week.